Rock and roll right here at KPFT Houston. You are listening to the Rockin' Friday edition of Wide Open Spaces, and today live in the studio, a great Texas artist who's been tearing up the Texas music scene for quite some time. His music ranges from honky-tonk, punk, rockabilly to good old rock and roll. He's won many Houston Press Music Awards, including Best Singer-Songwriter, Best Roots Rock, Best Country and Western, Best Male Vocalist, and Musician of the Year. He's in town playing tonight at the Mucky Duck. Please welcome Mr. John Evans. Good morning.
Roark, how you doing, man?
I guess it's not morning anymore. It's morning to you, though.
It's morning to me, yeah. It's tough to get up this early.
Where are you coming from, John?
We came in from Austin today.
And how'd the show go there last night?
Oh, it's all good. I actually had a night off last night.
Did you?
Night before.
Now, are you officially calling Austin home yet?
Well, I'm living there right now.
Right.
You know, but Houston's always home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your dad was in the military, so early on you moved around the country quite a bit, but you pretty much settled down here in Houston about the age of 4.
Yeah. From kindergarten on, I've been here. You know, I lived up towards the Woodlands there initially in Shenandoah Valley, and then grew up down in Sagemont.
Okay.
I went to Stutchberry Elementary and Thompson Junior High and Dobie High School.
Okay. And tell folks a little bit about your dad and what he did exactly in the military. He's got a pretty cool story.
Yeah, Dad was a flight instructor and a helicopter pilot, and flew President Johnson. Was a member of HMX-1 and was his helicopter pilot. Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, we lived in Virginia, Quantico. I was born on the naval base in Quantico, and then after I was born, he ended up getting out, and we stayed in Virginia for a while, then moved to Memphis, and then on to Houston.
So, how old were you when you realized that you wanted to play music?
Well, I started playing, I guess, when I was in the 3rd grade. Mm-hmm. My grandfather built guitars, just homemade guitars. Didn't do it commercially or anything, but
nothing too fancy. But
nothing too fancy, but
yeah,
he made stand-up basses and fiddles, and what he used to do is just buy an instrument, tear it down, and then figure it out, and then build his own.
Together.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And so whenever we'd go visit him, I'd play on his guitars, and then I finally got one in the 3rd grade and been playing ever since.
So since you started so young, I guess you kind of skipped the open mic thing. Did you go straight to like rock and roll bands in middle school and stuff?
No, well, I did in junior high. I put a little band together, and we played a talent contest. But other than that, you know, football was always my deal, and so it's. I went on playing football through high school, and then went and played in college at Lamar University. Okay. And when I was up there, was when I started writing songs and getting the bug to play.
Very cool. So, now, who's playing with you tonight over at the Mucky Duck?
I've got my full band. Got Mike Ferrara on drums, Billy Beeson on lead guitar and steel guitar, and then got my old faithful bass player, sidecar Jake, over here playing doghouse bass.
And Jake decided to get up early and head into town with you. Jake, thanks for coming in this morning.
Well, Jake lives with me in Austin, so he's like the guy that I can count on always.
Right. All you gotta do is kick him.
I know where he is.
It's
time to go, man.
What are you gonna play for us first, John?
I'm gonna play one off of Lollygagging.
Okay, sounds good.
This is about, I guess, where my mom grew up. She grew up in the Mississippi Delta, and this is called Whiskey Warm in Delta High.
Very good. John Evans, live in the KPFT studio.
Well, I'm a whiskey warm and a Delta High. Yeah, I'm a Clarksdale cool through a poor man's eyes. Yeah, sip of Jack Daniels makes my guitar slide. It keeps me whiskey warm and a Delta High. It'd been in Greenwood, Clarksdale, Indianola, Rosedale, Chula, Marigold. In case you didn't hear, I said it had been in Greenwood, Clarksdale, Indianola, Rosedale, Chula, Marigold. Yeah, sip of Jack Daniels makes my guitar slide. It keeps me whiskey warm and a Delta high. Well, a whiskey warm and a Delta high. Yeah, I'm a Clarksdale cool through man's eyes. Yeah, sip of Jack Daniels makes my guitar slide. It keep me whiskey warm and a Delta high.
Playing tonight at the Mucky Duck, Mr. John Evans live in the KPFT studio. John, you're one of the honky-tonk blood brothers. Who'd you meet first, Hank Sheemer or Johnny Falstaff?
Johnny Falstaff.
Yeah, tell me about that. He grew up in Pasadena. He was up there in that area. Did you guys know each other from back in the high school days?
Not high school. I actually did meet him in the honky tonks. You know, the thing that attracted me to Johnny was that we were kind of from the same school. Country-wise, the old stuff, you know, we both played in all the worst places you can find in Pasadena, the hard places, you know, and so he was always really creative with what he wrote, and we kind of had that whole Buck Owens honky-tonk kind of tough rockin' country thing going, you know. And matter of fact, right up here when I first met him, we went to eat at Taco Cabana late one night, and he was wearing his cowboy hat, his favorite hat, and it got stolen. Someone grabbed it off his head and ran out the door and got it stolen just right around the corner here. Pretty funny.
And how did Hank Sheemer kind of blend into the picture?
Well, we've been playing this whole scene for 15 years or so now, and just crossing paths, we met each other, and he was always kind of into the kind of spaghetti western rockabilly thing early on, and that was kind of the same thing we were doing in a sense, a little more rock and roll, I guess, and then we just became good buddies, you know.
So who approached you first about the honky tonk blood idea?
I think it was Hank. I think Hank. We had talked about it. We talked first. We thought about shooting videos, music videos, and then we started the movie up, and it was kind of like, hey, I think maybe we can do this, and we didn't know how big it would be. You know, we didn't know if we could actually make a full-length movie. But the more we shot, the kind of better we got at doing it, and it was like, hey, let's just keep writing this thing and
piece it all together.
Piece it together.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, that's where we met. We met the first time at the movie premiere over there. And now it's out on DVD, and you can get that at local shops and stuff.
Yeah, I've got some in my van. I'll have them at my show tonight.
Okay, there you go.
In case you don't have one.
Now, Lollygagging was the last one. It came out. Has it been a year or about 6 months?
It's been over a year ago.
Okay.
And we go in. My birthday is September 6th, and we go in the studio to start a new one.
Okay. Now you've done so many different styles of music. Where are you going to take us next?
Man, this one we were talking about on the way up. This is it's more of a songwriter record.
Okay.
It's not going to be a folky Americana type record. It's just going to be more along the lines of like what Harry Nilsson would do probably.
Okay.
Like it's going to have some big production, but it'll be kind of my interpretation of a big production.
Okay.
You know, it's still be fairly raw, I'm sure.
And that album will be number what for you?
9 overall.
Very
9.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We got John Evans live in the KPFT studio. He is playing with the full band.